Skydiving. Introduction. Bob Goods is the owner of and instructor at Cleveland Parachute Center in Cleveland, Ohio. He is married and has two children who are both skydivers. Interviewer. How did you get started skydiving? Bob. My dad was one of the pioneers, and when he thought I was mature enough, he put me through a class. So I started jumping because I grew up around it. First jump. Interviewer. How how old were you when you made your first jump? Bob. I was 13. It was scary and exciting at the same time. I remember wondering as I left the airplane what the heck I was doing. Interviewer. Did you jump by yourself the first time? Bob. Yes, it was a sail line jump, where the parachute is open for you. Static line is 10 feet long and is attached to equipment in the plane. But you jump and are 10 feet out. The line pulls a pin that releases a parachute. It takes about 5 seconds for the parachute to open fully. You steer the parachute down and land it yourself. I remember to do the arc, which means you spread out and push your hips forward. That helps to make you stable so you fall through the air. Interviewer. What happens if you don't do that? Bob. I can flip. Flip. If you're flipping when the chute is opening, you can get tangled in the line. What do you feel like the first time you jump? Bob, I remember the quietness. No matter where you are, even if you think it's real quiet, there's noise, but during the first ride down, there was absolutely sound. Interviewer. There's no wind rushing? Bob, no, it was definitely a unique experience to have no sound. Scariest moment. Interviewer: what's the scariest thing that's ever happened to you? Bob: I have a canopy. I have a canopy. I have a canopy collision once, which means my canopy collided with someone else. The other person fell away, and I was left tangled so my legs were tied up in the chute. I was dropping to earth and the chute was opening and collapsing. Then the op- uh, then opening up and collapsing. There was a moment I didn't think I was going to make it. Luckily, it opened and stayed open just before I hit, so we lived through that one. Interviewer: if your legs are tangled, does that mean you're not able to land? Bob: it means you couldn't get rid of the chute or do anything. I had opened my reserve chute, so I have both chutes out, but they were still collapsed and opening. My legs were still tangled. It aligned when I landed. Instead of landing on my feet, I landed on my back. I survived that, but it was a scary moment. How high, how fast? Interviewer: how high do you go in a plane before you jump out? Bob: we normally try to jump as high as 13,000 feet. We could jump at 2,000 feet and pull the parachute right away, but we like to fall for a while before opening the chute. That called a free fall. Free fall. You can't go higher than 13,000 feet because there is not enough oxygen in the air. Interviewer: how long can you free fall if you jump from 13,000 feet? Bob: just a whole minute. You speed up to approximately 120 miles per hour. A skydiver could get to over 200 miles an hour on his head. Interviewer: Interviewer: What do you mean on its head? Bob: The normal position was your stomach facing down to the earth. On your head means you fall head down or feet down. You have less wind resistance, so you fall faster. Interviewer: How do you know when it's time to open the parachute? Bob: Beginners start with the altimeter made for skydiving. It is an instrument that shows them how high they are. They read the altimeter and at the right altitude, they pull the ripcord. Beginners open at 3,000 feet or higher, which gives them more time to reach if something goes wrong. After a while, they learn to look down and tell when the Earth is getting close enough. An experienced diver also develops an internal clock, a timer. The more he jumps, he'll know when he has enough fun. Interviewer: Does seem like a short or a long time when you're falling? Wow, the first time you do a free fall, it seems like a short time because everything is so new. As you get more experienced, you can do a lot in those 60 seconds of the free fall time. But it doesn't last long enough.